y'all, and welcome back or welcome to our channel if you're new here. My name is Alyssa.
And I'm Noah, and we're the Backpacking Beauty,
Beauty,
your guide to budget travel.
Alright guys, so the location we're in today I'm so excited about. It's been one of my #1 locations for a long time.
It's been on top of my checklist as well.
And it's Budapest, Hungary.
Yeah, so excited. So Budapest is known as a pretty lively city, and we got to experience the nightlife a few days ago. The club was open till 6 a.m. It was absolutely insane.
So crazy, but there's a lot more that's more interesting about Budapest, so we're here to check that out today. So let's go on an adventure. Alright guys, so something that I at least think is really interesting about Budapest is it used to be two separate cities or two separate areas, Buda and Pest, and now obviously it's combined into Budapest.
Yeah, so we're staying in Pest in the Jewish quarter.
And so the two areas are known for different things. Pest is more of the lively, upbeat place. There's more clubs, restaurants, cafes, that sort of thing. And then I think Buda is more known for residential area and a more relaxed vibe.
Yeah, so our first stop of the day will be Dohány Synagogue right here in the Jewish quarter.
So let's go check it out. Alright guys, so we're here in front of the Dohány Synagogue, and honestly guys, it's so big and so beautiful. The stonework is crazy cool.
Yeah, we're just walking around admiring it, and we learned that the synagogue is the largest in Europe and the second largest in the entire world.
Entire world, that's so crazy. I can believe it because it's huge. And something really cool as well is there's a Jewish restaurant that's attached to it. So I think we'll definitely have to check that out later.
But one thing to note, we looked at the prices for going in. When it is open, it costs 5,000 huff. So that is not within our budget.
No, not friendly for people traveling on a budget. It's about $20 Canadian. And on that note, we can't go in anyways because unfortunately it's still closed due to COVID.
Okay guys, we're on to our next stop, which is St. Stephen's Basilica.
All right, let's get it. And we've now climbed to the very top for some views.
Yeah, definitely worth the climb. The views up here are pretty amazing actually.
Yeah, you're definitely at the very top of everything in the city other than the Citadel, which we'll head to later.
So we're climbing back down from here and going to our next stop, which is the Hungarian Parliament building.
It's supposed to be really impressive, so I'm excited to see it. Let's go. Okay guys, so we're not quite at the Parliament buildings yet, but we just came across this place. It's called Liberty Square, and it's this really open, like, circle. What?
Yeah, square, circle.
yeah, that's ironic. And it's like a little park, and there's some really gorgeous buildings around here too. So if you're in the area, definitely recommend checking it out.
All right, onwards. Okay guys, here it is in all its glory, the Hungarian Parliament building.
Honestly, I am so shocked and surprised by all of the architecture in Hungary, or at least Budapest so far.
Yeah.
It's beyond beautiful. I didn't expect this. I've never heard anything about Hungary's architecture, but people should be talking about it more. And
For
also,
sure.
Yeah, and this is like crazy massive. I think we're gonna head across the river later, to get a full view of it because you can barely even get a picture of it.
Yeah. All right.
On to the next thing. I'm gonna go and take a walk on the Danube promenade. Let's
Head there.
promenade.
Okay, so we've been walking along the Danube. It's really pretty. There's a lot of benches here. You can just sit and watch the water and the boats pass by.
But we are finally onto the next step for food. We're going to head somewhere called Central Market Hall and check it out.
Can't wait, I'm starving.
Same, getting hangry. Alright guys, so we're in the Central Market Hall and it is so cool here. It's like little stores everywhere. It's very well set up. There's everything from fresh fruit and vegetables, there's meat markets, there's spices, anything you could ever want. It's so crazy. Yeah,
and upstairs there's like a food court area that has a ton of restaurants. Unfortunately, they seem like they're all closed right now, probably due to COVID.
We are going to get a snack that's really well known here and show you guys. Okay guys, so we're going to go and explore this lovely area a bit and then we'll go get our snack at a nearby restaurant. Can't wait. Okay, so we've been walking for forever, for like how long?
Like an hour.
An hour in the market hall and then around. We can't find any of the snack that we want. Apparently it's only in a certain area of Budapest. So we're walking back to where we are staying so that we can get it. So we've been excited about it all day. So close now.
Hey guys, so we finally got here and we got the snack we've been wanting to show you, and it's called lángos. So lángos is a deep fried dough, and we got the classic one with a top of Hungarian sour cream and cheese. We came to the best place in the city for it, Drum Cafe. I can't wait.
Okay guys, we're all filled up. We had the best lunch ever, and honestly I could eat those lángos for the rest of my life and be happy with nothing else.
Yeah, I'm absolutely stuffed, but there's no time to rest. We're on to our next stop, which is the Citadel. Alright guys, so we're just at the base of Gellert Hill. Our next stop, the Citadel, is just at the top. So we have a little bit of a climb ahead of us.
Hopefully a short one. Can't wait to see it. Let's go.
Okay guys, we just hiked to the top of this godforsaken mountain in 30-degree heat just to find out it is closed for construction for the next like 2 years.
Stoked. But we're gonna walk around, get some views of it, take it all in since we already hiked, and hopefully not pass out from heat exhaustion. Then we are on to the next thing,
which is the Budapest Castle.
All right, let's freaking go.
Alright guys, we're at our next stop, which is the Buda Castle. So we're just gonna walk around here, explore, see what we can find, and then we're gonna head off to our next stop, the Fisherman's Bastion.
But first we're gonna take a rest on this bench because we've been walking for way too long in this heat, and it's way more than we thought it would be, so
we'll catch you guys later.
In a second.
Okay guys, so we really wanted to go to the Buda Castle. It looked really interesting, but when we got here, we found out the funicular is closed, and we're really running short on time, so there's a few other things we wanted to do today. So we're off to our next stop.
And the next stop is the Fisherman's Bastion, which I've been looking forward to before we even knew that we were going to Budapest for sure. So let's go.
All right.
absolutely amazing up here. The architecture is gorgeous.
Yeah, and fun fact, the reason this is called Fisherman's Bastion is the original medieval structure here was controlled by the Fisherman's Guild, and when they rebuilt this in the 20th century, that's why they named it that.
Really interesting. This whole area looks like a bunch of little baby castles. It's so crazy. All right, well, I think we're going to walk around here a little bit more and explore, and then we're on to our next stop,
which is the Labyrinth of Buda Castle. I've been so excited for this. This is gonna be my favorite, I think. So
yeah,
let's head there and find out.
All right, guys, so we just got to a place that says
The Maze of Darkness. Lovely name.
So we've been informed that apparently there's paranormal activity that's been seen here, and we have to shut off all lights. There's no lights there, and we just have to somehow get through it.
There's a rope to hold on to. That's it.
Oh, is there? Well, that's nice. So if we don't see you guys, the ghost got us. All right, let's go.
Okay guys, so something really cool about the Labyrinth here is that Count Dracula was actually held as a prisoner here in the Labyrinth. So kind of cool. The legend says that he was held here for 14 years and tortured here, but...
because he tortured other people and
yeah.
impaled them, I guess. Not a vampire, although legends might have you believe something else, but that is where the whole Count Dracula legend came to be.
Mm-hmm. But really interesting. It's really cool to see. So we're gonna go explore the rest of the castle, or
I think
Labyrinth.
we're just about done, and then head above ground again. Let's go. Walk.
Okay guys, so we're back up here in the heat. It's so nice being warm again. It was so cold and humid down there. Alyssa's hair is like a giant puffball. It's so frizzy.
True though. I liked it down there. Okay, so we're gonna head to our next stop and our last stop, I believe.
Yeah, which is the Faust Wine Cellars.
So it's under the castle and it's in the labyrinth. So it should be really cool. It's supposed to be a really great place to try Hungarian wines.
So let's go ahead there, try some wines.
Any place with wine is a place I want to be.
Okay guys, it's that time again. Time for the budget total for the day.
All right, and in the past, we haven't completely told you guys what we thought of each thing, or at least not like being brutally honest. And I feel like we need to share our opinion on things so that you guys don't go to things that maybe aren't so great if you have a time limit. So this time we're gonna solve that. All right, so up first
is the Dohány Synagogue. So this cost, we didn't go in, but it does cost 5,000 HUF to enter. My opinion, that's a pretty steep price to enter it, but you can make your own decisions. Since we didn't go in, it's hard to say if it's worth it or not.
The outside is gorgeous, and I would definitely recommend going to see the outside at least, and maybe eating at the Jewish restaurant next door. That's probably a better experience. All right, and next was the St. Stephen's Basilica. So that costs 200 HUF to enter and 1,400 HUF to climb to the top. I would say this is probably worth it because the inside is really gorgeous. And if you enjoy going inside basilicas, then it would definitely be something to check out. It's really pretty. And climbing to the top is probably really worth it. It was probably the best views.
It was so cool. Like,
of the city. So.
Yeah, it was absolutely gorgeous up there.
All right.
All right, next up was the Hungarian Parliament building. So for us, we didn't go in, so it was free, which was great. It was amazing to go to and just look at the building. It was so interesting.
So large.
The architecture of it
pretty.
was just absolutely stunning to go look at. So we honestly didn't feel like we needed to go inside that much.
And we were on a time limit. We had too much fun today. How much was it to go in? Do you remember?
I want to say it was about 1,400 to enter.
Which is Canadian.
About $6 Canadian to enter.
Oh, so it's not that bad. So maybe if we had time, or maybe we'll go back another time. It seemed like it was like a whole guided tour, so that could have been really cool.
Don't quote me on those prices though.
No, this is an estimate. All right, and next we did a walk on the Danube promenade, and that of course was free. Definitely recommend that. Maybe at dusk, very pretty as the sun's setting as well. And yeah.
Yeah, it was really gorgeous. All right, and after that we went to the Central Market Hall. Free and 100% worth it. It is such a cool building. There's so many interesting stores. This is the place to kind of get all their spices, your fresh vegetables, any
Everything
souvenirs that you need,
want.
fresh
Yeah.
meat. It's so interesting in there.
We'll probably go back there to go grocery shopping because there's everything, and I feel like it's very local, so that's perfect. There was no restaurants open because I guess COVID, which is really sad because it looked like there was so many different Hungarian specialty like dishes up there. So we'll have to check back and make sure it's still closed in the next few days that we're here. But otherwise, if you come here, I definitely recommend checking that out. All right, and next is Gellert Hill. So, okay, so we went up it to go to the Citadel, and it was under construction. But if you are here, I think it's free.
It's free.
So I would recommend it because it's free and you can get a really good view of the area. We still walked along the non-construction zone and got like a really good view. So I'd recommend that. It's not the most impressive Citadel. It was just like an...
Hard to say, but yeah.
Well, what we could see was just like a oblong.
Obelisk.
Obelisk. What's an oblong?
A shape.
It was a shape. Okay, next.
Next up was the Buda Castle. We actually ran out of time, so we didn't go up there. I don't know the prices of this one, but I do believe it cost a little bit to go inside of it, but the grounds are free to walk around.
The funicular was closed as well, but it was really expensive, the price that they had. So I feel like the castle probably would have been pretty expensive, but there is supposed to be rose gardens and things there that you can see, so maybe that'd be worth it up to. And then we went to the Fisherman's Bastion. This is the thing I was the most excited about, I will say. So it was free, but I think it normally costs money because there's like ticket booths, but they're just like closed right now. So I think maybe with COVID, they're doing some changing around, so it's free right now. But in general, the pictures I've seen made it look a lot bigger than it actually is. There's like the little castle-looking architecture, and there's about 4 or 5 of those.
Yeah.
And then that's it. So it's basically right where we are, is in the Fisherman's Bastion again. And we're just gonna watch sunset here. And there's a whole line here, and that's it. I thought it was a whole complex.
Yeah.
So it's a little smaller, but definitely check it out. It's worth it.
And then after that, we went to the Labyrinth of Buda Castle. So we paid 3,000 huff to get in there, which is a lot. It took us maybe about 40 minutes to walk through the labyrinth. It has some interesting exhibits in there, some weird wax museums and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And there's supposed to be a cool exhibit on Dracula. Honestly, in my opinion, this is not worth the 3,000 huff to go in. It is expensive, it's kind of cool, but just I wouldn't go there again if I was doing it in Budapest. So.
If I was doing it again, for sure, no. We thought they'd be worth it because we thought there'd be a lot about Dracula, but there was like one small area and that was it. They didn't tell anything about the torture chambers. We thought they'd have like torture chambers like made up to see like what he did and stuff, but
yeah,
nothing like that, unfortunately. And then the last one we did was the Faust Wine Cellar. I 100% recommend this, not because it's just wine. It's really cool. So it's actually in the Hilton Hotel, and you go downstairs to the very, very wine cellar of it. And there's a guy, we met the owner there. He's actually very, very sweet, and he helped us to choose different wines. We didn't have enough time to do a full wine tasting, but I think we'll probably go back to do that.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so that brings us to a grand total of
5,600 huff, or
$23.50 Canadian. Pretty good sightseeing day.
we did a lot. It was a full day, so I was really happy
Yeah.
with everything we saw and did in Budapest, really.
All right, so this was a really great day, and I hope you guys enjoyed coming along with us. We are exhausted for being in the sun all day. I hope this has all inspired you to travel and helped you to plan your next adventure.
As always, stay
Stay
safe
safe
and happy travels.